Let's bring in Matakanye, the General Secretary of the National Association of School Governing Bodies. He joins us now virtually to discuss these incidents. Thank you very much for joining us, Ntata Matakanye, here on eNCA. What are you going to do as the SGB Association about this increase of these incidents?
Good morning, Maseho, and good morning, all your listeners. Maseho, enough, really, it's enough. And firstly, we would like to send our condolences to all the South Africans, particularly the parents who lost their children, the parents whose children got injured because of these nefarious people who are really started now actioning their plans to destroy South Africa. By destroying the primary children, you are destroying the future of this country. So we are saying enough is enough, Maseho, that 90 children, Pula Madibuho, Tshwane, 22 children, Totompo, Tshwane, Harangua, 7, Tshepisong, Soweto, 2, Onkgopotse Tiro, as you said, 10, Shulubani, Limpopo, 2, Vredefort, Free State. Now you can see that now these people have got a plan to wipe out South Africa. So as National Association of School Governing Bodies, we have already called the local government to help us. We don't have power. We don't have the authority to inspect these people who are selling, the vendors outside the schools. It is the authority of the local government to ensure that they remove them from the street. They also, because some of them died, and to see that they are targeting these children, some of them did not even die around the school. They died in the spazas in the township. So we are saying, we are calling upon the local government to help us. We are calling the community to ensure that they report these people to the police. And we also call upon the police to help us. But around us as school governing body, as you ask, Maseho, is that we must strengthen the policies in schools, and we must also call upon the communities through the parents and educate them that the government is feeding these children, so that these children should not buy anything from this spazas, because you can see that now, as I said, they are aiming to destroy South Africa.
Now tell me, in terms of outside the school, there's the parameters of the school, then right outside the gate, isn't that the school's power to grant, people to sell right outside the school?
No, we don't have power over that.
Okay.
We have got power inside the school. Outside the school is the power of the local authority. And they will always tell us that outside the school is a municipality area. It's not our school. Well, we can do that based on Ubuntu. But if people do not listen to Ubuntu, because Ubuntu can just quickly say, go to them and say, look, you don't come and sell these things in here because we have people inside the school who are regulated. We have got people inside the school. We know what they are selling. We don't know what you are selling, so go away. They will go away, maybe just some meters away from the school. And if you follow them, then something may happen to that, Then tomorrow we may be called xenophobia, because we cannot regulate those people. Those people must be regulated.
Well, you can't really be called xenophobic, because if you look at it in Matakanye, it's not fair to say that it's just the foreign nationals. If you look at the case in Soshanguve, for instance, all those 3 are South African. The 3 men who are facing those charges, 43 counts, I think. One of them attempted murder. For the 90 pupils who were given those muffins allegedly laced with dacha, those are South Africans.
It is true, Maseho, but where do they learn this? Where did they learn this? We never had this thing prior 1994. We had never had this, but after 1994, then the borders were opened to everybody to come to South Africa. So also our people, our local people, learn from them, and we are saying this must stop because we are learning wrong things. And
surely we can't say Dacha is something that we learn from foreign nationals in Matakanye. I'm sorry, I'm not in agreement with you that South Africans learn bad things only from foreign nationals. We teach each other bad things as well.
No, let's agree to disagree, Maseko, or disagree to agree that we have no. I mean, you can go back to your research, then check whether such incidents really occurred prior 1994. So and then why these things did not happen during that time, you know? Because the truth of the matter is that the South Africans now they learn all those things, as I say, because we never had this type of incidents where children were poisoned. And I'm saying this is the plan of the foreigners to destroy this country. Because if you destroy the young people, then you are destroying the country. The country will never have leaders, will never have teachers, will never have parents, will never have anybody. Because they are just targeting primary school. Primary school. I mean, you can check all the cases, Maseko, are all primary schools.
All right, but you know, there is an incident, if I remember correctly, I think it was in Limpopo as well, that's why I'm disagreeing with you, where there was food poisoning caused by the feeding scheme. The children had eaten food from the feeding scheme. That's not a foreign national.
It is true. I agreed with you. Maseko. We also do not forget that, and I'm still insisting that the South Africans learned these things from the foreign nationals, and yes, of course, in Limpopo there was a conflict of the contract, you know, the conflict of the contract. So they joined the plan of the foreign national to destroy this country. I mean, why do you target children? Why do you target the primary children, for that matter? If you don't have a plan, and I don't think the South Africans have a plan. The plan is with the foreign nationals. They've got a plan of destroying this country.
All right, so this interview has literally just degenerated into you saying that, you know, you blame foreign nationals. So you say we must agree to disagree. Do you think any of this has to do with the fact that maybe parents are also, you know, life has become tough in South Africa and people are buying now from anywhere to be able to at least put food in their mouths, and therefore you end up buying even from where you can find the cheapest product?
Of course, these guys have taken the advantage of the situation in South Africa. You see, everything is very expensive in South Africa. So these guys are manufacturing their own stuff, you know, which are not inspected by the health department and all those. So I mean, if then our people also are suffering, they will go to those shops to buy that cheap stuff, and that cheap stuff is poisonous. And these children are doing exactly that, you know. So, and we don't really have a problem if then the stuff is cheap, and then the stuff is healthy. But you see, the stuff is not healthy. They've got their own factories where they manufacture these things, and the all things then manufactured and sold to the children. And Masi, what is the plan? Why do you really target young children? You see, so it is true that our people are really suffering hardship. I mean, you know that everything is very expensive in this country. Once the petrol goes up, everything goes up. Then these guys now started to open their factories where they manufacture all this old stuff. And this old stuff, it's not healthy to our children. That's why our children die. But the question is, why do you target? Because if you make your own research, all these are primary children, are primary school children.
Ndate Matakanye, do you think parents, also do enough to? I mean, a child is a multidisciplinary. It's a lot of stakeholders. It's not just the teachers. It's not just, for instance, the department as well. Do you think parents do enough? I mean, earlier you made reference to saying that the reason why children were poisoned from the feeding scheme was because there was some sabotage from foreign nationals. And I don't know what kind of evidence you have with what you're saying. And it goes back to parents blaming the easy target, like foreign nationals or the department.
No, I did not say the feeding scheme is foreign. I said there could be conflict of the contract, who took the contract. But I just said they learn these things from those.
What proof do you have that that's where they learn it?
Yes, in that case, these guys, our people, are fighting for a bread. The Department of Education are helping our children in schools.
Right.
Now, our own local communities see, because we hire the parents to these children in those schools. So they fight among themselves whilst they poison these children.
But
I'm saying the Masego, they learned it from the foreign nationals.
I still ask what proof you have in your statement, but I'll leave it there because you're not answering that particular part of my question. Thank you. Ndate Matakanye, the General Secretary of the National Association of School Governing Bodies. He says this is a phenomenon that South Africans have learned from foreign nationals, something I don't agree with.